So in today's video I'm going to install a low pressure hookup for my Big Buddy heater. When I first got the Buddy, I just installed a line to the outside, and I would put one of my propane cylinders out there, and I would just run a line in and connect the Buddy to that line. But I've always wanted to connect right into the low pressure system in the RV. That saves me having to move the outside cylinder around, and I can also utilize the quick connect connection on the Buddy. Inside the Buddy heater there's your regular connection, but also back here is a quick connect, low pressure quick connect. So if I tie into the RV's low pressure line, I can make it really convenient to hook up the Buddy. I kind of been waiting until I hit Albuquerque, staying at the Enchanted Trails RV Park, and right on site they have a propane outlet and a propane supplier and a guy in there that's super knowledgeable on all aspects of propane. So with his advice I was able to purchase the exact parts that I would need from him and get a little information on how to do it. So what I got here is a T, and they're for flared connections, and I'm going to tee in to a line near the furnace. I also got the quick connect that'll fit onto the Buddy heater, and I've got 10 feet of hose. 5 feet of it will be run through the RV, and then I'll have 5 extra feet on the outside. And because it's low pressure, he says I won't need this fuel filter anymore, which I've been using with my high pressure connection. So I'll kind of show you where I'm going to install that. Some people will find a propane line like there, and they'll underneath there's a copper line, and they'll cut into that and put a T connector in there. What I found in here is where my furnace lives, and you can see down in here that connection there is a flared connection with a nut, so I should be able to undo that and just put my T in there, make it really convenient. Then I'll run my hose up and through this already hole that Keystone made for the propane. Then what I'm going to do, I run it through the water heater area, and we have a step here that comes apart. And in that step is tons of space, so I'm going to put a hole in there, and I'm going to put a hole on the other side of the step right back in here, and that's where my hose will come out. When I'm not using the Big Buddy, I'll just push the line back into there and leave the connector where it is. That'll be a super simple way of doing it. I could always modify it and add more things in line, but that's the simplest way to get me up and running, so that should be pretty cool, because we love our Big Buddy. Heats the rig great, but it'd be nice and convenient to be able to just quickly connect it anytime we want, rather than hauling out the cylinder outside and connecting everything up that way. Also, I've been using a high pressure hose outside, so I think this will be a bit more a little safer, because it'll all be in the low pressure line. Okay, I'm going to get to work. Okay, she's all plumbed in, so I'll show you what I did. Go down by the furnace here, and you can see there's how I took the original compression fit that was going into the furnace, added that T connector and extended it, and then added my line. And with that rubber hosing, I just let it follow the original gas hose and up into that hole there. And that hole goes through over into where the water tank lives. And I just added a bit of that plastic sleeving, just so it doesn't get cut up on the wood or anything. and then it comes out this side into my step, through my step, and then out. And on the end I have a quick connect, so I can just hook that quick connect into the buddy and I'm good to go. I'll just give you a demo of that. Okay, so that right there is the regulated input, and back in there, right there, is the quick connect low pressure. So put that in there. That's all there is to it. So now I got my buddy all set up. Let's give her a test. There we go, pilot. Let's put her on level 1. A little hard to see that in the daylight, but she's going fine. And I tested it on all 3 levels, even flat out with both panels lit, no problem. So then when I want to, if I'm done with my buddy, turn it off, go to my quick connect over here, off goes the quick connect, I'll put the buddy away. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. For now I'll probably just put it out of the way there till I figure out a way. I'll probably put in a false shelf underneath there somewhere where I can store it. But yeah, that's going to work out good. So again, I just teed into where they hook up the furnace in the Cougar. This is a model 276 RLS 2011. A lot of the Cougars are the same though. They have the furnace lives right under the fridge and beside the stove. This is the rear living room model where the kitchen's in the center. So there we go, all neatly sewed up again. And now I've got this extra hose that I was using before, and I think that'll be good for using outside if we want to sit outside on a cold evening. We can sit outside. A lot of places you can't have campfires or anything, so we can use our buddy to keep us warm if we want to sit out and look at the stars or something like that. That'll be cool. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. Pretty easy job. I was glad to have the advice of the propane guy here. Kind of knew what connectors I needed and guided me on how to do it, and gave me some of that liquid leak checker stuff, so I sprayed down all the connections, looked for bubbles. Everything seems to be tight, so looks like we're good to go with a low pressure hookup for our big buddy heater. Until next time, this is Ray from loveyrv.com. Happy RVing, folks.